Hiding under nearly every main street in the nation, a catastrophe waits to erupt. They're geysers caused by broken water mains, high-pressure underground pipelines. And when the temperature drops below freezing, old pipes can burst without warning, swamping vehicles and swiftly drowning entire neighborhoods in icy water. So what would you do if a ruptured water main suddenly flooded your car, trapping you inside? Would you A. Exit your car and run to dry ground? B. Stay inside your car until help arrives? Or C. Drive away as fast as possible? It helps to know what you're up against.
When we're dealing with some very cold outbreaks of weather, there could be some heightened concerns for water main breaks, especially in those areas where that pipe itself is not too far below the surface.
Well, for a pipe to burst, the water in it has to freeze. This happens when you have really, really cold for a long period of time. Then when water freezes, it expands, and that's why you break.
Water main breaks can be caused by faulty securing of the pipes. It can also be from a rock or something rubbing the pipe over time, damaging the pipe. Normally the pipe connections themselves are secure until something like that happens.
There's a lot of pressure that has to go through that pipe in order to force that water into all those outlets. So when we do have a water main break, all that pressure is released at the break.
But you are trapped in your car, surrounded by frigid water.
Cold temperature affects the body by dropping your core body temperature.
Oh my God, it's so cold.
You'll get the gasping, you'll get shivering. If you're there long enough, your muscles will start to get weak, and you could even have a little bit of impaired judgment.
On top of the glacial cold, there's the crushing force of the water itself.
It only takes about 18 inches to 20 inches to float a car. That car only has to be floating 1 inch off the road, and now the current moves it.
The biggest determining factors is the weight of the vehicle. It also determines on whether they're facing upstream or whether they're facing sideways in the current. If a car is facing the current, it's harder for the water to move it from front to back. But if a car is sideways, there's more surface area where the car can move.
That water is being pushed into the outlying soil. Water main breaks can cause a lot of damage.
And there you are. What would you do if a flood from a broken water main trapped you in your car? Unless you are in imminent danger from the water or cold, you should choose B. Stay in your car and wait for rescue.
If you are caught in your car in a flooding situation, stay in your car. Everybody has a cell phone. Call for help. Tell exactly where you are. Don't try and get out of the car on your own. You don't know what the road surface is like underneath of you. Fast moving water can wash the pavement away while you're sitting there.
And to help with the intense cold, as long as you can still run your car's engine, you can run the heater. But if you choose to exit your car, the results will be far more chilling.
There's a lot of force with that water, so trying to walk somewhere, there's a good chance you might get pushed over, and now you're submersed in cold water. You'll have that cold shock response. You might gasp and hyperventilate. Cold water really diminishes how far you can swim and how much work you can do.
Getting out of your car in a water main break or even flooding conditions is a mistake. If rocks and trees and boulders can't stand up to the current, I don't think you will either. Water starts coming into your car, then open your window so you'll have an escape route. And then if you have to, get on your roof. But don't try and cross the water.
What about hitting the gas and simply driving away?
If you see water on the road, I don't care what you're driving, do not go in. Don't drown, turn around.
You may be targeting the other side of the moving water and be pushed downstream and then therefore no longer have an exit.
A flash flood and a water main break are really no different. It's water moving in a rapid direction. It doesn't matter what the source of that water was.
You may not know when a water main will break near you. But if it should, know not to panic. Protect yourself by staying inside your vehicle. Call for help and wait to be rescued. Keep as warm as possible. If you can, keep calm and stay dry. You might stand a chance of surviving an icy dew.